All right, guys, we got our first card reveal. How does it feel? I know for me, I was resisting the urge to tell someone.
Yeah, I had to steel myself from spoiling it.
For sure. Keeping that secret was quite the challenge.
Absolutely, but sometimes subtlety is required. This was one of those times.
Just kidding.
Charge!
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 There we have it. We have Charge from Rhea in The Last Dragon. It is a 2-cost inkable action in steel, and it says chosen character gains +2 challenger +2 and resist +2 this turn. And if you caught it, the flavor text is sometimes subtlety is required. This was not one of those times. Little cue to Sean's line there. But Blake, we have our first card reveal. What do you think of Charge?
Definitely a very fun action card. Since we got this, I've just been going over all of the different cards that would love to have this. One of the first ones that I actually thought of was Tigger, one of a kind, since he has that ability that when you play an action, he gets an extra 2 strength. And then this gives him Challenger +2, so now he's challenging for 7 and not taking as much damage. Just a fun little combo there, and I'm just thinking Amber cards are going to have a hard time defending against this now
Yeah.
with being able to resist their small attack power and being able to take on those big willpowers.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a lot to go from this card. Sean, do you have any thoughts on what we see here with this steel action?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's pretty decent for where it's at for the 2 ink that it cost. It's basically 2 ink for +2/+2 as long as you're challenging. It's nice. I think it's gonna see more play in limited in like drafting and stuff. I think
Hmm.
you'll see it a
Yeah.
lot more in there as opposed to constructed. That's not to say that like the developing steel ruby archetypes that we see coming out in set 2 don't definitely benefit from this. And I think it's going to be for those decks that are really concentrating on challenging for value. This is going to see play.
Yeah, I definitely think that draft, that now that you mention it, looking for this card to be able to just throw it in your deck, and it's a common, so you could see it multiple times depending on how many packs you get to use for said deck. Uh, Usually I've seen 6, so I think if you're able to get this 1 or 2 times, that's great to be able to have. And in a draft standpoint, it could really shift the tide for you to be able to take out a bigger threat card. Because usually those are only one-offs. But Spencer, what do you think of Charge?
I think it's really good. Like you said, in limited format, it's going to be phenomenal. Constructed, it's going to have a specific place in order for it to
Yeah.
be happy. But I think that there's definitely potential for it because it's just such a really good card when talking about value trading. So not only does this card allow something to hit harder and to potentially trade up, but with the resist, it's now taking less damage as well, which means it might survive trading up. And so when anytime you can remove something on your opponent's side of the board and your thing is still there, that's a good thing, and that is exactly what this card is designed to do. Especially when we get into, like Blake was talking about, all the different cards that really want to challenge for various effects. You got your big tanks, your steel Tekas, your heroic outlaws, new Rhea
Yep.
being able
Shere
to
Khan as well.
back
Yeah.
things harder. Um, yeah, Shere Khan with all the every time you challenge, so it just makes your stuff stick around and be harder to deal with, and all the other good stuff. So yeah, it's a really good card for trading up, and definitely think if we can get into a meta where evasives aren't all that big a deal, or where we have a lot more answers to them, then this card will definitely have a really solid place.
Yeah, well, obviously there's going to be a lot more that comes with this card. We still have a good chunk of the set to see, and this could very well find a solid place in a steel deck. But yeah, that is Charge, everyone. We want to say a huge thank you for using Lorcana with and trusting us in this reveal. Let us know down below in the comments what you guys think. Head over our Twitter and let us know what you think of the card. But yeah, that was Charge, and everyone, Glimmer on.